Hello everyone and welcome to this guide for the cold storage game in FNAF Help Wanted 2. I will explain how the game works and give you tips for finishing it. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and if you need additional help, I have a guide on my website, navalagameguides.com. In this game you will be repairing Freddy, but as always with these animatronics, it's not as easy as it seems. First off, there's a Faz Coin you can collect in this game by lifting up the cake on your right. It will be right under the cake, and you can collect it by grabbing it. Now let's work on Freddy. Pick up the blaster on the table in front of you and look at the dial. It has a hot and cold option. Switch the dial to the right to turn on the hot option, and use it to remove the ice on Freddy's left and right arms.
The room getting hotter.
Once the ice is off, you will notice shapes on his arms. It does not matter which one you start with, but for this video, I will start with the right. Look at your tool tray in front of you and find the tool that has a circle at the end of it. Pick it up and insert it into the circle slot on Freddy's right arm, and it will pop open. Now this is where you need to be careful, and I will show you why. If you blast hot air on Freddy's exposed endoskeleton, it heats him up, and Freddy will begin glowing a bright red to warn you. If you continue heating him up, then it will be game over. So it is important to watch out for this as you play the game. Whenever you see Freddy start glowing a bright red, it means you better figure out how to cool him down fast, or it will be game over. Use the blaster with hot air to remove the ice from the corroded battery. Then you can take it out and throw it wherever you want, it does not matter. Take a new battery from the tool tray and insert it. Now you can move on to the left arm. For the left arm, you will want to find the tool with the square piece and insert it into the square slot. Then grab the star tool that is on the top left of the tool tray and place it on the star symbol on the left arm case. Before pressing the red button on this monitor, you should set the blaster to the cold setting, because when we press the button, the battery will start sparking and cause it to overheat. So you will need to blast cold air on it to cool it down. But you don't want to blast too much cold air, because then it will get too cold and the bar will also stop progressing. So I recommend doing short bursts of cold air whenever you see a spark to keep the bar moving. Now that you're prepared, press the button on the monitor and then get ready to blast that battery with cold air. Once the bar is completely filled, you can press the red button to proceed. Look up and you will see Freddy's beautiful eyes have popped out. Grab the eyes and you can just throw them to the sides. We don't need them later. Then gently press his nose and his faceplate will open up. Now for the fun part. The endoskeleton inside Freddy will have its jaws continuously snap down over the button you need to press. These animatronics are sure fun to do maintenance on, aren't they? Well, you need to press the button without getting your finger snapped by the endo. If your finger does get caught, it is game over. Oh, and also the endo will start to overheat over time, which makes it snap faster and faster. So it's going to either overheat and get you, or it's going to snap your finger and get you. But don't worry, there is a way to counter this overheating, which is using the cold setting on the blaster. So I recommend holding the blaster in one hand and continuously spraying cold air on the endo to keep it from overheating. This will also keep the jaws at their slowest setting, and then you can position your other hand to prepare to press the button, but I recommend just watching it snap for a few seconds, get a sense of the pattern, and then when you know the coast is clear, quickly tap that button and the snapping will immediately stop. As soon as you press the button, the jaws will stop snapping and Freddy's chest plate will pop out. Now you can grab Freddy's chest plate and again just throw it wherever you want, and we have the next section here. Now before pressing this button, look around the chest cavity and you will notice 3 coils. As soon as you press the button, those 3 coils will start overheating, and if any of them gets too hot, of course it will be game over. But the best way to handle this is using the blaster on the cold setting. Just continuously hold down the triggers so that you're blasting the cold air, and just make a U shape from left to right and then go back from right to left. This will get all the coils in an even way where none of them should ever get red. However, if you do notice one starting to get red, prioritize blasting that one with cold air and then resume your pattern. When you're ready to embark on this task, press the button, and then the coils will start heating up. I recommend just having the blaster right there and just start blasting cold air as soon as you press the button. You will need to do this for about 28 seconds, and when you hear a ding sound, that means the coils will no longer overheat, and Freddy's inner chest endo will open up, so you have access to the cake. However, before grabbing that cake, I want to give you a little warning. While Freddy does not care about you throwing around all the other things, he does care if you throw the cake around. If you throw the cake on the floor, he will attack you and it will be game over. This goes for both cakes, by the way. You cannot throw either cake on the floor. If any of them hit the floor or fall over and splatter, it is game over. Now you can remove the cake from Freddy's chest plate and carefully put it on the cake stand on your left side. Then you want to grab the cake on the right side and place it in Freddy's chest cavity, because as soon as you remove that first cake, an alarm will sound and you will have 21 seconds to replace the cake before it is game over. As soon as you place the new cake, the alarm will stop and the game will end. And now I will show you how I beat cold storage in FNAF Help Wanted 2. Okay, starting off, we're going to melt the ice on Freddy's arms here. This is the easiest part of the game. Then I'm going to grab the circle. There, where is it? There it is. Circle. Bam, open that up, and then heat up that little ice on the battery to melt it. Just make sure Freddy doesn't get too hot there. And now I'm going to replace the battery. Then we just grab the square. Bam, put star thing here. Change this back to cold, and then press the monitor. Alright, and I'm just going to do short bursts while this sparks, and that should be good enough to keep it from overheating here. Alright, perfect. And I'm going to tap this and gently remove Freddy's eyes, and then go ahead, get this ready. Boop, the nose, and I'm going to blast his face with cold air. Now I'm just going to time this. Perfect. And then remove this. Now I'm going to press this button and keep everything cold here with this nice motion with the cold blaster. And you know, you just keep doing this until you hear the ding-a-ling-ling, meaning that the cake is ready to be extracted. Alright, now we can remove that cake. Be careful, don't drop it, don't drop it. Okay, perfect. And then grab this cake and bam, put it in there. And we did it! That is cold storage completed. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this video helped you out. Comment below with any questions and have a fantastic day.